Hello, my little cougars, my little pipsqueak Picassos, my little miniature Michelangelos. I hope you're ready to get started on a new art project because today we are going to make snowmen. Why? Because everybody loves snowmen. Look at the smile on his face. You know why he's smiling? Because he knows how adorable he is. And to make a snowman, we're going to need some snowballs. I've got 2 medium-sized spheres and 1 small one. And our first step in the process is to take the 2 larger snowballs and flatten them out a little bit. You can see how this one rolls around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press it down a little bit on the top and a little bit on the bottom. Make sure that it's 2 opposite sides, top and the bottom. You don't want to have it off to the side. And don't flatten it out too much. Okay, not like a hockey puck, not like a hamburger, but just flatten enough so it doesn't roll around. And I've already done that to this one. I don't need to do it to the smallest one. So since I've got these 2 flattened out, I'm going to take my hot glue gun and I'm going to put glue on the bottom snowball and put this one on top. And then on top of that, I need to put his head. So a little bit more hot glue. Don't need too much. And just like that, our snowman is ready to have the details and accessories added onto him. So we're going to do that next. I'm going to start out with his arms. So I'll take a pipe cleaner, and this is a little bit too long for his arm, so I'm going to cut it right down the middle. And I'm going to give him 1 arm over here. And when you put the arms on, a pet peeve of mine, I don't know why it bothers me so much, but it does. Don't put his arms in the middle. Oh, I have to glue that on a little bit better, I think. Don't put his arm on in the middle of his belly. Put it way up here towards the top. Think about where your arms come out. They don't come out from the middle of your ribs. They come out way up at the top of your torso. So now we've got 2 arms on. And I'm going to take 2 smaller pipe cleaners. See how tiny they are? And I'm just going to wrap it around. Move this, maybe where you can see it. I'm just going to wrap it around like this to give them little hands. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. I just like a little bit more detail. So I just wrap it around. And there's 1 little hand. Do the same thing on the other side. Just give it a little twist wherever you think looks right. And now my snowman has got 2 arms that I can bend in any kind of pose that I want. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of dabbing out there. He's got his hands on his hips. Got a little bit of attitude. And now I'm going to start working on his face. So I'm going to take a couple little, maybe too small to see. But I'll try and hold it where you can see them. Got little googly eyes. And I'm not going to use the hot glue gun for this because the hot glue gun is very hot. It can actually burn your fingers if you're not careful. So I'm just going to use a little sticky glue. And I'm going to put it right here, about halfway down. Now I can be a little bit less careful if I want to, because I don't have to worry about burning my fingers. Now my snowman has got 2 little googly eyes there. For his carrot nose, I'll take another pipe cleaner. This is much longer than I need, so I'll cut this in half. Doesn't have to be a carrot. Doesn't have to be orange. But that's what I'm going to go with. Okay. You can decide how long you want it to be. If you want it to be pretty short, you can push it pretty far into his face. For his smile, I'm going to take another pipe cleaner, this time black, and I'm going to cut it about 1 inch long. When I do that, I'm going to bend the two ends so it looks sort of like a black fuzzy staple. Can't hold it where you can see it. It's a black fuzzy staple. And then I'm just going to push it right into his face so that the two ends of the staple go into the styrofoam just like a staple would. And then I'm going to bend it down a little bit because I want to give him a smile. Okay. Now, in terms of adding other features on, whether I want to give him a scarf or buttons on the front of his belly, whatever kind of hat I want to put on him, there's all different kinds of things you can do. And that's one of the things that I like best about this project. You can see here I've got 4 snowmen in front of me, and each one of them has got a little bit of a different personality. For this one, I put earmuffs on by hot gluing 2 pom-poms on the side of his head and then connecting them with a pipe cleaner. I also decided to give him a little pair of skis. This one looks like my favorite football player, Aaron Rodgers of the Green Bay Packers, because he's the best quarterback in the NFL. For his hat, I put a little pom-pom on top and then a smaller pom-pom on top of that one. And then I took some pipe cleaners and put a number 12 for his jersey. This snowman has got a base that he's glued onto, so he won't wobble at all. Some of the other ones can fall down. And finally, I've got this snowman who's a bit of a punk rocker. He's got the mohawk and he's on a snowboard. Back to my original snowman, I decided to put a little RP on him because he's representing for Ross's Point. And for his hat and the rest of his details, we want to come up with something a little bit different. To give my snowman a scarf, I'm going to take 2 pipe cleaners. I can do it with just 1 or 2 or maybe even 3. And I'm going to twist them all the way down. And I can make it kind of a loose twist or a tight one. There's no right or wrong, but I'm just going to keep twisting it all the way down so that you can see both colors all the way around. And I'm using blue and pink. I'm going to wrap it around his neck, just like anybody would wrap a scarf around a neck. Give it a twist in the front. And there's his scarf. Now finally, for his hat, I'm going to go with something a little bit different. I've never tried this before, but I hope it works. I'm going to take a piece of clay. This is Model Magic clay. And I'm going to roll it into a ball. Maybe pinch the ends all the way around. Put it on top of his head. And when it dries, I don't think I will have to glue it, but we'll see. I'm going to put it on. I'm going to give him kind of a Santa Claus hat. I'm going to make it pointy on top. This is the kind of hat that I couldn't make with a pom-pom. But I'm going to put it on top of his head. Just kind of press it down all the way around. Add another little piece of clay. Put a little pom-pom on top of his hat. And there you go. So I hope you think he's cute. I think he's pretty cute. Plus, he's cougar strong because he's got RP on his chest. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. I hope you have fun with this project. I hope you put some of your personality into it so it looks unlike anybody else's snowman. And it's time now to get your creative thinking caps on and get started with your own snowman. Here we go. Ooh.